what I'm working on right now is a book titled A Superhero Called Doberman.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were going to be able to talk about this yet.
Yes, I am. It's not just my book. It's Shammy's book. Okay. And so she and I are actually doing it together. She has asked me to do projects with her in the past, but I think she was doing it to be nice to me. And so I didn't take her up on it. Multiple times in a row, I refused to do so. And while I am not as good as Shammy, I feel that I have reached a point that I will not embarrass her, is the best way I could say it.
I get that.
Yeah, I think I can do her story justice. So and she's going to go over all my stuff. People don't know this, but my original series is 8% her by volume. Not because she wrote the story, but because she had to rewrite so much of what I wrote that it became 8% her by volume. So we've been going through this, and I invented a system because I'm the master of systems. It is much more audiobook friendly. It's not as stat heavy, and it's more narratively friendly. But she wrote the story, like she wrote out the entire story. We've been working on it together. I complete chapters and send them to her, and she reworks them as she needs to get them ready to go. And I'm extremely excited for it. I think it's probably the best thing I've ever produced. Very, very excited for it. So, and I love the cover.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've seen the cover? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I didn't want to put it in. Yeah, like I said, I wasn't sure, like kind of where it was at, but I literally texted my friend, who was like, yeah, he actually won. He's Time Mark Warlock, and I think book 2, in like a group good way, and he texted me, he goes, "What is this that you shared?" It looks so awesome. He was like, "I gotta buy it right now." It's like, let me know.
So it's I'm really excited for it. It's about halfway done at this point, and it's accelerating. I don't know how much. I've been very, very sick for the last like 5 weeks.
Yeah.
I had a lot of problems. I'm actually behind on what I owe Atheon with Card Apocalypse 2, and I need to finish this one up. So those are my 2 big projects I've been working on, is getting those done. I'm partway through Card Apocalypse, but not as far as I need to be for the second book, and then I'm working on this one. But very excited for that, and it is my second foray into the superhero genre. I love superheroes, love them to death. So I am writing a second superhero LitRPG. This one's not Dungeon Core. I don't think, I don't think Shammy would ever do a Dungeon Core with me. So
yeah. I don't know if my wife would want to write a fantasy with me. Yeah, because I talk about it all the time. See, that's like sometimes she's like, go talk to your friends. Like go talk, yeah. Because I had a break for a while with my son, right? And finally she was like, you just need to go back. She's like, she was no offense. She goes, I just don't care. She's like, I hope that you do well, write it, and we become billionaires. She's like, but I don't need to know the characters.
Well, Shammy and I,
that's a great idea.
Yeah. Shammy and I talk back and forth a lot. We spent about 30 minutes yesterday. I think we're adding a fairly major side story we weren't originally going to have for the main character, and it was based on a power idea I had, but I can't just make up a new power that ruins her story. So we had to have a pretty long discussion about how we were going to do it and where it was going to go, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. So we talk about it pretty regularly, work on it pretty regularly. So I'm very, very excited for that.
I'm stoked. I just like, not gonna say it, but I got those gut feelings sometimes, and yeah, that one, I was like, this is my book. I was like, this is my book. I just know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I know myself. I'm like, this is my book. Look, the cover was absolutely amazing. I read the blurb and stuff, but the post you had, and I was like, this looks incredible. Yeah, so definitely everybody should by now check that out. Go and check in the description.
Yeah, this one's gonna sound weird, but this is a lot closer to one of those like random genius idea pops in, but it's Shammy's idea. She had a whole story. I'd actually asked her about it. I asked her what she would write if she could write a lit RPG. And so she told me about this whole story idea she had, because she's written a lit RPG, just to be clear. But I asked her what she would do for another one, and she told me about this entire story. But she is so swamped. I don't know how much she's talked to you about it, but she has like 4 series that she's trying to write and complete right now. She has like 2 or 3 contracts. She's working on a video game. The amount of stuff she's doing is completely overwhelming. So, I feel privileged because what I really get to do is write one of Shammy's genius stories and then have her make sure it is in fact worthy of her, if that makes sense. Like she's gonna,
No,
it's like
totally.
having a totally free, highly talented developmental editor come in and
Yeah.
do your stuff.
Yeah.
Very, very excited for that one.